Liar.
Extreme cold is detected, Pathfinder.
But I love you, Hera.
I know.
Who knows how much time we have?
The ambient temperature is normal. Life support restored. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. Pathfinder, this remnant site may have defense systems.
Giving shield assist.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Think that's it.
That remnant site is active. We should be careful.
Grenade!
Shot.
That's it. That's it. Good work.
Hello? What can I do for you?
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Oh, if I gossip anymore, I'll get in trouble.
Tell me something else about the ship.
O'Connell, our systems designer, was running a power distribution model, how power moves through the ship. But he forgot to lock his terminal and we, added a few embellishments. For 2 days, poor O'Connell was convinced that turning on all the bathroom lights would overload the engine core.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
How's it going?
What do you know about the Remnant's terraforming network?
From what I can tell, the Vault is designed to adjust almost everything about a planet. Climate, pH of the soil, atmosphere composition. There's even evidence that it can propagate life. If we can figure out how to control the Vaults, we could turn these worlds into perfect habitats.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good?
Wait, Lexi, your dad was Turian? That explains so much.
What's that supposed to mean? Here we go.
You know, how uptight you are.
I thought I hated the Kett before. Then we learned about exaltation. I can't even begin to imagine how Jal feels about this.
I was curious about you and Sid, being on your own from such a young age.
Yeah, I really wouldn't recommend it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Back on Palaven, I suppose. She was an awful person. All she cared about was climbing the ranks. She and my dad fought all the time. I think at the end they hated each other. When things were really tough, I thought about going back. But she wouldn't have accepted us. Whatever my dad did destroyed any chance of that.
Where was home? Palaven?
No, we'd already left Palaven by then. Whatever our dad was involved in meant we weren't welcome there. I hadn't even gone to boot camp yet. Sid was barely a year old. We eventually settled in a mining colony in the Minos wasteland. 2 years later, our dad was gone.
How did you keep you and your sister afloat?
I was barely more than a kid myself, so lots of unskilled work, construction jobs. No one else would do the dangerous stuff, so I would, being up high, crawling under things. I could shoot a gun, so eventually I moved into smuggling. Even more dangerous, but lucrative. We were never rich, but we got to comfortable.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me. Ryder.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Hey, yeah. What's shaking?
You really won't tell me what you're working on?
That's right. Next question.
How are you getting along with the team?
I'm keeping it light and pleasant. Even Lexi isn't exactly what I'd expected. And Jal, I'm learning what makes him tick. We're lucky to have an Angara with us. Asari can mate with all Milky Way species. I find myself wondering if that transcends galactic boundaries. I'm certainly not looking to reproduce anytime soon, but he seems like a good guy. What do you think?
You'll have to figure that out for yourself, baby.
Gee, thanks for lighting the way, Pathfinder.
You mentioned you came to Andromeda with someone?
Nothing gets by you. Guess that's why you're the Pathfinder. Just a friend. The one who woke me up early. But now she's not even that. It's better to venture into the unknown without restraints or entanglements, don't you think?
A certain independence might be helpful. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't want anything holding me back.
Thanks for chatting. We'll talk again later.
You know it.
Hi there. Just checking in.
What's up?
How are you getting along with the team?
And Jal, I'm learning what makes him tick. We're lucky to have an Angara with us. Asari can mate with all Milky Way species. I find myself wondering if that transcends galactic boundaries. I'm certainly not looking to reproduce anytime soon, but he seems like a good guy. What do you think?
You should trust your instincts.
Thanks, Ryder.
Thanks for chatting. We'll talk again later.
You know it.
Need something?
How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain, by species.
How do you think the human crew members are handling things?
There's a lot of them.
Gil?
Gil likes to use humor as a defensive technique. He'd rather bury himself in the Nomad than tackle emotions head-on.
How's Cora doing?
Cora's commando training makes her think Asari have all the answers. Just because we live longer doesn't mean we can't screw up. It just means we have more time to make mistakes.
I'd like to check in on the non-human crew.
Ask away.
Is PB all right?
She's avoiding me. Probably thinks I'll poke her with a needle if she gets too close.
To be fair, you're always giving me shots.
Not in the hallway.
Is Jal doing okay?
He's adjusting. The rest of us have at least some understanding of each other's cultures. But to Jal, we're all outsiders. It's a lot to take in. I'd say he's doing pretty well.
Thanks for the insight. I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
So the Angara were fighting their own this whole time. Fuck.
Wonder how Jal's taking it.
Not well.
Pathfinder?
Now that we've been digging, it's clear you were right about Spender.
Guy like that'll do anything to get ahead. Just wonder how far he went.
Did Lexi brief you on Sam and squad connectivity yet?
Yeah. You want to hook that thing up to my comms, sure, but that's where it stops. Putting an AI in your head, giving it access to everything like that, it's begging for trouble.
I'd like to know more about you.
Fire away.
How did you and Vetra meet?
Huh, that's right. Your father brought you into the project pretty late, didn't he? Must have been a pretty steep learning curve since they thawed you out.
You could say that.
You make do with what you get. Anyway, I met Vetra back when we were building the Nexus. She swiped supplies I was trying to get for Kesh right under my nose. I tried to intimidate her into turning them over to me, and let me tell you, that Turian takes shit from no one.
She really has a way of getting things done.
She sure does. But here's the best part. She waited until I saw her again in Kesh's office, no less, to tell me she'd been working for Kesh all along. They're both still laughing at me over that.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Hey, Ryder. What's the story?
How's your friend Jill doing?
Good. Busy. Apparently, prepping multiple species for procreation is a lot of work. Who knew? Waiting to get it all started was killing her. Now she's being shot out of a cannon, so to speak.
Regale me with some poker wisdom.
Sorry, Ryder. Talking about poker just makes me want to play. It's a pale substitute.
Are you sure you can keep the Scourge damage under control?
Never seen anything like the Scourge. What it does to our tech. It's keeping me on my toes, but that's when I do my best work. In a way, I guess I'm grateful.
Are you just telling me what I want to hear so I don't freak out?
Oh, of course not. Don't worry, Ryder. You're in good hands.
How tough was it on the Nexus all those months?
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
Hasn't everyone?
Well, then you know. It's super tough. Wondering if you're gonna die from a critical malfunction, or maybe starvation, imagining which would be worse. But hey, you could always take a break from the fear and boredom to dwell on being a part of the biggest failure in galactic history. Maybe even participate in a revolt.
What was your take on that?
I didn't place any bets, if that's what you're asking. Truth is, I don't think anyone made out particularly well. Whatever side you're on, you die a little when your brother, your teammate, becomes an enemy. We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each other over scraps. It's sad.
Out with it already. What's the deal with you and Callow? Anything I should be concerned about?
Twist my arm, why don't you? It's contrasting styles more than anything. He's a blueprint guy. I'm gears and guts. Got ink on his digits, not grease up to his elbows. If you didn't have me to balance him out, you might be in trouble. Heck, maybe that goes both ways.
How's your friend Jill doing?
Good. Busy. Apparently, prepping multiple species for procreation is a lot of work. Who knew? Waiting to get it all started was killing her. Now she's being shot out of a cannon, so to speak.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Hi there.
How's the search for the Asari Ark going?
Still deciphering the Ark's last known course from the flight recorder and making sure we're ready for a fight.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
Are you happy here?
Yes. The Pathfinder lets me tinker. I took apart something called a blow dryer. It's more valuable tech than it seems.
We're going to have words when she's gone. Still waiting on our visit to Aya. Useful, but also fun. Looking forward to it.
Just checking in. I wanted to ask about you.
What do you want to know?
I have to know about the car.
We'd wrench on it as a family. Mom suggested it, and Dad liked a happy mom. That's how I fell into mechanical stuff. Armor and jump jets. Mom wasn't a fan of the second part. You know how it is.
I worried my parents from time to time.
That's a kid's job. I probably crossed the line a few times, though. Like jumping a galaxy. That's why I have to make this work. If I don't, then Andromeda was a mistake. I said goodbye to too many people to let that happen.
Tell me about your friends in crisis response.
I swore I wouldn't tell anyone what they did. Stealing the shuttle for the car was above and beyond. Dundee, Base, Mazzy, Noel, Cap, and goddamn Hammond. The best people when buildings are falling down. Eventually, I'll have to start a new branch here, you know? I promised.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
We'll talk later. I'm unhappy with us right now. We'll talk later. I'm unhappy with us right now.
I'm not too tired for questions. Please, ask them.
What was happening in that facility? It felt like a religion or a cult.
Perhaps, but not to them. They honestly believe they are giving us a gift.
The Cardinal seems desperate to keep that place standing.
The entire facility seemed dedicated to one thing: exaltation. That's why I asked you to destroy it, despite the lives it would cost. It's good you listened to me.
How long were you in that facility?
Days? After the Archon decided I would be exalted, I was sent to the facility alone. I was housed with prisoners who described how they were kidnapped, taken to holding camps, analyzed and separated.
Analyzed?
Until now, we never understood why some of us were sent to slave camps and others just vanished. The Archon chose to exalt me, to use me for my knowledge. Perhaps others were chosen for their genetics.
The Chosen.
I'm only theorizing. I am a scientist, after all.
So exaltation is how the Ket reproduce? How did you learn that?
They're proud of it. They welcomed us and spoke of it openly. We were becoming them. To the Ket, all other life is inferior. Even, I suspect, humans.
They're going to a lot of trouble just to make baby Ket.
I guess it's also a way for them to control their evolution. They incorporate only traits they value, and unique adaptations they don't possess.
So what are the chances the Ket have exalted other intelligent species somewhere?
I'd say those chances are excellent.
The Cardinal said she had the Archon's DNA. So was the Cardinal exalted too?
From what they described, I think they can be exalted multiple times. They strive always to be greater. And the Archon's DNA somehow plays a role in all of it.
It looked like some of your people wanted this Ket gift. They walked right into those pods.
As did I. Voluntarily. Happily. But that is part of the process. Part of the preparation, they called it purification, stripped our systems of all defenses. It was very painful. But after the pain came a beautiful peace, like a trance, like a transcendence itself. I willingly walked into that pod, and I cannot fault anyone else who did the same.
Sam downloaded what he could from the facility. We'll be studying exaltation for quite a while. How long were you in that facility?
Days? After the Archon decided I would be exalted, I was sent to the facility alone. I was housed with prisoners who described how they were kidnapped, taken to holding camps, analyzed and separated.
Analyzed?
Until now, we never understood why some of us were sent to slave camps and others just vanished. The Archon chose to exalt me, to use me for my knowledge. Perhaps others were chosen for their genetics.
The Chosen.
I'm only theorizing. I am a scientist, after all.
I'll let you rest.
Ishare, Pathfinder.
I'm sure we'll talk again.
Hello, Scott.
What's the latest on memory triggers?
A memory has unlocked and is available for further investigation. You will need to return to Sound Node in the Hyperion.
What was Dad's take on me and Sarah?
He believed your family trials brought you closer together, and hoped that would endure. It appears that hope was well-founded.
Thanks, Sam. Nothing more.
I'm going to do it. I've run all the tests. It's non-toxic. If we're going to live here, someone has to take the plunge and actually try to eat things.
Dr. Tapero, please do something.
Don't do it, Suvi.
You told on me. I thought we were friends. You, sir, are uninvited from all my parties. Pathfinder.
I'm still fuzzy about how we managed to see Andromeda all the way from home.
The Initiative obtained data from an array in deep space, a Geth construct. According to Aridana, the Geth rebuilt a mass relay and turned the approach corridor into an FTL sensor. It operated like a telescope and allowed them, and us, to survey Andromeda all the way from home.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good. Voeld orbit is steady. Tracking a remnant architect. Voeld orbit is steady.
System, home of Eos and Prodromos. Descent is green.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
This exaltation is a horrible truth for the Angara to live with. I pray we don't have to do the same.
Does the outpost have everything it needs?
We run through construction materials almost as fast as I can source them. But that means we're growing. As long as I have toilet paper, there are few complaints.
See you later.
Be well. Come back again.
Now there's some huge remnant monster out there? Shit. What are you complaining about? That's a study of a lifetime.
Hey, Pathfinder. Figured you might know how the militia's doing. Do they need people? I was in the Alliance reserves. With everything going on, I feel like I should go back to the Nexus and help.
Every colonist is doing important work right now. Help on Eos.
Okay. Thanks anyway. Good luck out there. Okay. Thanks anyway. Good luck out there.
Ryder.
My family thanks you, Pathfinder.
Tell me about yourself.
Darkage Trevian, W84 Crispin. Joined the initiative to be no one special, somewhere very special. Military family, as you probably suspected, but deeper. And I wanted to leave that life with as many lives as I could bring. I lost a brother before I woke, apparently. He was at Site 2.
I'm sorry.
Not as sorry as the Ket will be if they threaten us here. I didn't come here to look at death. I won't.
Take care, Darkit.
You too, Pathfinder.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Ainley was spinning some yarn about my survey hammers waking up a giant remnant. Good one, right? Right?
What do you do here?
My team gets things going. Water, power, communications, everything a civilization needs. Well, not laws or a constitution, but it's easier to concentrate on those when you got a flushing toilet.
Bye, Fox.
Have a good one.
This is a lot to take in. At least Eos has sustainable irrigation. We're taking good care of our new home.
Those independent nation people will need to trade with us for water.
Yeah, it's a shame we affect them. They want the Nexus to leave them alone. Would that include helping them handle architects? We're all on Eos together.
Ideals shouldn't get people killed. If this happens near Advent, we should go and help.
I'll bring this to Bradley. Who knew we'd already need international policies? Thanks, Ryder. Somehow, life around here just got even more interesting.
Activating that vault changed the planet. Anything to worry about?
Looking at data from the other outposts, whatever these vaults are doing seems to be permanent and beneficial, so far. But the storms show no signs of returning, and I know who to contact for Remnant tech support. I'll take it.
I've got to go.
Keep up the good work.
Pathfinder, mind giving me your opinion on this? I'm planning classes for our first school, when we have one. Some say we shouldn't teach Milky Way history. All irrelevant now, apparently.
We were all shaped by that history. Our children deserve to know how and why.
Agreed. Maybe you'll change a few minds. Thanks for stopping.
I can't approve of what they did, Pathfinder. But Chase and the other new recruits seem eager enough. Bradley's big on second chances. Let's hope they make the most of it.
Thoughts on how the outpost is doing? The planet?
You have to ask? We're nigh legendary. Eos may not have been golden, but it's a diamond now.
Any trouble with the Ket?
Clearing the sky cleared it for the bad guys as well as us. So some uptick in hostility was to be expected. We've some tricks up our sleeves, thanks to the research teams. That only goes so far. Thankfully, you tracked them to their lair and put your boot through the door. Can't ask for more.
Another time.
Of course. We'll live up to your trust. I promise. Bradley welcomed us. He's like a dad. Thanks for this chance, Pathfinder.
Right. Can I bother you a minute? I thought nothing could top Batarians for cold-blooded brutality. Then we found out about exaltation. Pure evil.
To the Ket, exaltation's a blessing they give to lesser species.
Even Batarians never sang that low. Let's talk about something else.
What's it like living in our first successful outpost?
More rewarding than I thought. My patients are the neighbors I see every day. I have to be on the lookout for any new diseases, sure. But I know exactly who I'm staying vigilant for.
I'll leave you to it.
Come back anytime. Preferably unhurt.
It's good to hope again.